When the Call of Duty World War II beta launched, I didn't record any gameplay for it because I wanted to experience it for myself. And I'm pretty sure, like, not except for my friends, that people may not just think that I didn't play it at all. So, like, I wouldn't have an official opinion on the game, and I couldn't give my feedback because I never got a chance to experience it. Like, if only there was a way that I could prove to you that I played it. And wait, oh, wait a second.
Taking the command post! Ah! 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 We're lost. Ground reinforcements are here to protect the command post.
Work. Take pride in your accomplishment today.
Killed two birds with one stone. Huh. Now, I thought it might be appropriate to talk about the World War II beta, as well as plays Infinite Warfare, because its days are numbered. I could also get what I need to say off my chest, and discuss what I think is good, what I think is bad, what may need to be changed. And it kind of scares me, because since the channel currently is small, so my word may not even be out there. And the beta was a month ago, so I'm a little late to the party as well. But I guess better late than never, I suppose. Hey Jeremy, you're a Call of Duty nerd. Do you think that my opinion is actually worth $1? Don't answer that.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Don't answer that. So I'm gonna be spilling the beans, all right? I'm gonna be spilling them.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna tell you, because I played the Infinite War, no, not Infinite, World War II beta, and it was like the bee's knees, all right?
All right.
Like it was just everything. Like social media just blew out of the water, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be spilling the beans and telling you what I think is good and bad, and just nothing. I'm just gonna be spilling it, all right? Regardless of how it's either positive or negative. You got it? You feeling me?
All right then. Lay it on me.
I don't know why I'm doing an Italian. If you think I'm like an Italian mob boss. Anyway, I'm gonna. All right.
So you're basically Sal from Mob of the Dead.
I guess. Except I don't have the deeper voice.
Sure, I've done some bad things in my lifetime, but I forgot the rest of the phrase.
Where's those screams coming from? All right, ready?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna start with the thing that you will probably never care about, right? Because all you play is Team Deathmatch. Is that
Oh, that's not true.
It is. I'm gonna begin with war, all right?
All right.
I'm gonna tell you that it's like for the most part, it's incredibly one-sided. For about 70% of the time, I find that the Allies win all the time.
Oh, so one-sided as in like bad balancing?
Yes, as in no matter it doesn't
I thought
matter.
you meant-
It doesn't matter how stacked the Nazi side is. The Allies are still gonna win.
Because when you said one-sided, I thought you meant like one side of the map in the game mode war.
Oh no. But what I'm saying is because
So what do you mean?
The capture's very fast.
So, what do you mean by the Allies having the advantage?
The capture rate's very fast. Like that's not the only reason. It's not the only reason, but that's one. Is I find it incredibly fast, and pretty much all you gotta do is wait for someone to frick up and die, so that they can go in and easily cap it because of that delay. The delay, even though I understand what the delay is there, it's to pretty much like punish them for dying, so that it makes it easier for them to capture.
Have you had any game where the Axis actually won?
Yeah, I've had a couple, but that's only because of one reason that I've actually encountered, which is they all become one specific class, which I find that almost guarantees them the round. They all become snipers at the bridge section and then camp it. I understand that snipers are supposed to camp things, they're supposed to stay in one spot, but what they do is they but they're permascoped on the objective, so that even if they have smoke, they can throw smoke down. It's really helpful. You can actually, but you can only build it on where the symbol is, where it's telling you to build. So all they do is if there's smoke, they just have to shoot in that symbol's direction, and they're pretty much almost guaranteed to kill you.
So it's like
happened countless times. It's happened on my team. It's happened on the other team.
So it's like an unfair quick reaction thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much let's use an example. You're on the Allied side. You captured the command post with ease. All right.
All right.
Then pretty much, if you capture that within like a minute, they're all pretty much gonna go snipers and man the turrets and then hide in the back next to the tank and the crashed car. Usually where the care package lands.
Okay.
They'll hide back there and pick you off. The only suitable counter I can think of is to try to throw smoke where they actually are.
So how long does it take
to throw really dang far?
How long does it take to build the command post?
I mean, to build the bridge?
Or yeah, whatever.
I don't know. It's decent.
Is it like domination fast?
To capture it, no. To build it, it's actually okay-ish. But what I'm talking about is the building the bridge is one of the only times when the Germans actually have a chance to win. But how they do it is really frustrating. But
all right.
But my only solution is just to decrease the capture time. But actually, that can go either way, because it can be just a test run, as in they want to increase the capture time so the players would experience every part of the game mode. That's probably why it's fast. And if that's not the case, then we're all screwed. The best weapons
in the game war mode.
Are you ready for me to beat the dead decaying horse?
Okay.
I can just sit here and just complain about how strong the SMGs are, but then I figured it out. I'm not gonna complain about them because we only have about 3 maps that we can have for domination and TDM and stuff like that. Right. And I thought those can't be all the maps, which means those are probably maps designed for SMGs. I can think about that, and if they're not, then I think we're still screwed. And maybe there'll be some bigger maps, or maybe some more maps that punish you for using SMGs, but I highly doubt it, because SMGs and assault rifles are really similar.
Not very similar, but they're
they are both simple to use, mostly the fully automatic ones.
Yeah, not the semi-automatic rifles though, like the M1 Grand, or Garand as you call it.
Garand. But you wanna know something?
What?
You wanna know something I actually like about the game?
What is that?
Most of the uniforms and stuff like that you can actually get for your character. I have no complaints about that whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I'm nervous about is
that the uniforms stick true to the World War II vibe.
Yes. There's no customization for the Germans, but, they're just Germans. I don't know. And most of the army you can get for the Allies actually fit, the Allied side. There's Russians, there's British, there's American. There's Australian, there's Canadian.
Yeah, but is there Japanese on the Axis team?
No customization for them whatsoever. Which may be for the better.
Darn it.
Because that's in the European part.
I know, but
of the war.
The Japanese was a big part of World War II, and to have one game just completely remove them and not even talk about their purpose, it's just kind of bothering me a little bit.
I can see why.
Because we, as Americans, mostly fought against Japanese. We only fought in Europe at the very end of the war, and it wasn't even all that, let's say, rememberable compared to like Pearl Harbor and like the places where we fought the Japanese, is what I'm trying to say.
Speaking about the soldiers, the sounds of the guns and the battle chatter, I have no complaints about. They all sound
Okay.
very nice, and you can actually even hear your teammates say, "Nice shot," and stuff like that, or or mock the other team, as in like, "I got the bastard," and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So something similar to Black Ops 3, except not as corny.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like they knew what the Germans did, so they're kind of like, that's why they're calling them that. I don't know, that's probably not the case. Like, they just call them that because they're the enemy. But I still like to think about it.
I remember you said something about how the M1 Grand's reload is incredibly loud.
Yes, it is very, very loud, and it actually can even help. If people want a sound whore and they know they're using M1 Grand, they can wait for that loud clink, and that means they know that it's reloaded, that they're reloading.
Do you complain about that, or is that realistic to the point where you're okay
It
with
is, and
it?
it actually might help you take care of those guys if they're trying to pick you off. But
So
that's,
you're
but that's
okay-
the other problem. The marksman rifles, which I'm going to call them, they're a bit lacking, especially the M1 carbine. That one reminds me of the MK14, and even though I can use it, it can be good at some point, but it can't compete with the other guns, especially when the full game comes out and all the tryhards start getting on.
What's
they
the
haven't
other
already.
marksman rifles, or is the M1 Grand and the M1 Carbine the only
They are the two only
marksman
semi-autos.
rifles? Okay. So far.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The other two are fully automatic.
So I want to talk more about the regular maps, not the war game mode map, but the other maps. So what were the 3 maps again? I know there's Aiken,
There,
but what?
Aachen,
And then there's Point Du Hoc.
yeah, and then there was the fort, which I forgot the name of.
So what's the best out of all of them?
The best out of all of them, I think, is Point Du Hoc. I love the feel of the trenches. It actually gives me that feeling of World War I for some reason, even though that's not what they're going for.
Right.
It actually feels like a war zone for me, and
Do you think it plays the best?
I actually think it does. Like, it's sometimes I feel like shotguns are actually really good for that map, and I actually really like putting the SMG players in their place when doing it.
Incendiary shells.
Yes, those are not as bad as I thought they would be, but they are still very annoying to be killed by, because usually if even one of those pellets touch you, you're most likely to die of afterburn.
Let me ask you a question though. If you have, what are the shotguns again in World War II?
We have the pump action, I don't remember. We have the semi-auto, I don't remember. Even though I've used them all, I just don't remember. I'm having trouble to remember the names. Oh, the toggle action. I think the other one was the Winchester. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So
And
let me
then
ask
we
you a
also
question.
have the
If you have one person using a submachine gun, doesn't really matter which one,
okay.
and another person using the Winchester with incendiary shells, which guy, if they both shot at the same time, which guy do you think is gonna kill the person first?
Well, if they're both shotgun on shotgun, it depends on really who can really react first. Like the afterburn
Well,
doesn't
no,
kick
I'm
in until
talking
they
I'm talking about shotgun with incendiary shells versus submachine gun guy.
Oh,
And Point Du Hoc.
The shotgun will most likely win, because if they're in close range, they will either die of the one-shot kill or the afterburn that will kill them shortly after.
What about the that one submachine gun, the one with the really fast fire rate?
The WAF, I think.
Yeah. What about the WAF?
I
Couldn't
really
he,
didn't
like,
see them very
compete?
many. For what I've seen, it can actually. I think that's the one that's supposed to like compete with the PPSH in terms of fire rate. It's kind of like it reminds me of the Scorpion Evo, if you want to think about it.
Yeah, that's
And
what Drifter said.
As it can
But
compete with the
here's the
submachine
funny
guns.
part. Drifter actually, oh no, I don't think it was Drifter. Someone said that the PPSH actually has the 3rd fastest fire rate, and the fastest fire rate is the Thompson.
I actually was unfortunately unable to use the Thompson, which actually really made me sad because I didn't level up fast enough. I was too occupied with
Wait, no,
other
is
things.
the WAF the fastest, or is the Thompson the fastest?
The WAF is faster.
Okay.
Back to alright, so I'm going to start discussing other aspects of the game, such as score streaks. All right.
Okay.
Alright. Score streaks, I don't really have any complaints about them. Like, the care package is fine. You can shoot it to make it fall faster, which is something I discovered from other YouTubers,
Alright.
which I think is pretty helpful. The paratroopers are a little weak, but that's a dead decaying horse that I shouldn't talk about.
Didn't they get buffed though?
I think they did, but but I didn't see a difference. Maybe I'm just not that good, and I just...
Because someone said that they went from recruit bots to hardened bots.
Really? Oh, I didn't see a difference.
Yeah.
Because I was mostly finished off by them, as in they just pop up and then just kill me right there. Because I was mostly wounded.
Okay, what about the attachments
Attachments?
on the weapons?
Surprisingly, I didn't see many people running high caliber. I thought that would be the most obnoxious thing.
That's good. Let me guess, Extended Max was probably the most abused.
I mostly just saw people just run like quick draw.
Really?
Like, that's what I use too. Like, I use quick draw, like, especially on my favorite gun of choice, the grease gun, which I think people complain about being most overpowered.
I didn't think the quick draw was even in World War II.
Yeah, but if you say like it's unrealistic, oh my gosh. Alright. Even though you say it's unrealistic, some people say it did, including my friends. It's just a grip on a freaking gun. You can just say it's just a regular grip, and you just aim faster.
All right.
Rapid fire actually finds that it kind of benefits a lot of the guns, especially ones with lower fire rate.
So what was the sight called again? Wasn't there only one sight?
There's and for some ones like the marksman rifles, they get like 2.
Oh.
Which all have their uses. Hey Jeremy, if we're talking about map design, I think most of the maps actually flow very well.
Really?
Like, I don't feel like for about 90% of them, like they don't feel
play
very
well
like,
to you?
They don't feel unfair. Like, even though I know Aachen is gonna get a change.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hated that map.
I found it decent because, including even when you were just being when you first went into the map, even you can hear the sirens and the bombing run in the background and stuff like that. Like it actually makes you feel like you're on the battlefield, even though
Not
a lot
a bombing run. Or
they were still, dude. They weren't. It wasn't a score streak. It was just planes bombing the place.
Oh, okay.
It was at the beginning of the map. Think of it like a little in-game cutscene, even though it wasn't much of a cutscene at all.
Ah, I see.
Plus the cutscenes for the war map, like when you like find yourself like riding in. I actually find that as a really nice touch, and like it's rendered in game and actually has the character and your weapon that you have in your class when you spawned. Even tells you which one's you.
Pretty interesting. What have we not talked about yet? Okay, I know that this wasn't part of the beta, but what do you think the campaign is going to be about?
Well, from what we know, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna be like, I'm hoping it's like COD 4, like how you're just another soldier in the army.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Like,
but,
I hope like you're not gonna be doing anything like too absurd.
Over the top.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like
absurd.
Michael Bay style explosions.
Pretty much.
Hasn't Sledgehammer already confirmed though that's going to be co-op?
I believe so, but let's hope it doesn't destroy the narrative. I know
Right,
Black Ops 3
because
did.
Black Ops 3 it didn't even belong with co-op.
And I'm hoping that the zombies, even though it's not historically accurate, actually like takes place in the same universe, because I kind of like the games that do that.
The same universe as Black Ops 3?
No,
the
same
Black
universe
Ops
as the like you know how the campaign and multiplayer are take place in the same their own world. I'm talking about the zombies. Like they even say like they're gonna be like, I've heard that the wall weapons that you buy are either leaning on stuff or like found against bodies and stuff, or emergency saves, as in, you know, like in case of emergency break glass, and then there's like a gun or a pistol in there or something like that.
Ah, okay.
well, that makes me wonder. Like, do they actually do that in case of outbreak? Here's an STG. But hey, it works. You know what? They want to explain it like that. Go for it.
In case of outbreak, here's a Panzer Shrek.
Will that actually be on the wall?
I don't know.
If they're going to be explaining
wait a
stuff
minute.
that actually works, if they're actually going to be explaining it, they can go for it. I have no problem with that. What I'm hoping for is they have like scavenging and crafting. If they have like a crafting system that allows you like to build like a shield or something, I'm actually okay with that. I have no problem.
Were there any launchers in the beta?
Launchers? Yes, there were two: the Panzer Shrek and the bazooka.
Okay. Let me guess. The Panzer Shrek was the most populated.
No one used them.
No one used them?
Because you need a perk in order to use them.
What?
It's basic training.
That's stupid.
I actually have no problem with basic training as replacing perks. I am actually really okay with it. Because it kind of gives you that feeling that no matter what you do, you'll always be lacking in this place that will actually give you your weakness. I kind of like that, of how every class you make will have a weakness, but even though it'll be really hard to exploit those weaknesses because you don't know who you're going to run into, but hey, that's just me.
Let's talk about the pistols.
Alright.
Which one's the best?
In my humble opinion, I think that the drum roll, please, the Luger is the best.
So the fully automatic one.
That's the Mauser. Even though...
Whoa. The Mauser is fully automatic?
Yes.
No. That's a big no.
Well, guess what? I guess we're stuck with it. I know it's not historically accurate, but hey, it's a game. I don't care that there's like freaking women or blacks or stuff like that in there. Like,
I don't care
no
about
how
that
much
either.
People are complaining about
but the Luger, okay, they've already made the PPSH, and they made the PPSH's fire rate decreased.
Dude, the Luger
and now to have the Mauser fully automatic.
I don't know why that bothers you so
understand.
much. Like this almost bothers you as much as flashbangs. Oh gosh.
Wait, are there flashbangs in the beta, or were there?
Yeah, there's flashbangs. I told you this before.
Oh my god.
Hey, you had a problem with
I'm
stick grenades
pretty
too.
sure.
I'm pretty sure it'll all work out in the end, Jeremy, and you'll probably be glad that they are, because I'm pretty sure you're a fan of Semtex.
I am, but and World War II is going to be so silly.
Hey, at least let's just hope that they're not going to make a bunch of silly, like, uniforms. Like, hey, let's hear the gingerbread in World War II wielding an MP40.
Or give us a frickin' clown mask.
Hopefully.
With a frickin' clown gun or whatever.
Also, the bouncing betties are green. I don't know if you have a problem with that.
Bouncing betties are green?
Yes, but I think
they
that's
like,
for the reason that they're doing it is to make them so you can see them better.
Are they camouflage green or are they like bright green?
They are bright green.
Oh.
Hey, but they're small. They're gonna be hard to see in the clutter. So if you're sure if you do not want the engineer
bright
perk,
green?
then I'm pretty. Dude, if you don't want the engineer perk, you might as well make them identifiable. So you're like, oh, there's a bouncing Betty there.
God, if they were camouflage green, that wouldn't be a big deal, but...
But if we're talking about identifiability, a lot of the soldiers are very identifiable. Because, for some reason, I can actually tell what class they are when doing it.
Really?
I can tell which one's armored, I can tell which one's infantry, I can tell which one's the expeditionary. Like, I can tell all that. Like, you know, the expeditionary has a gas mask. The infantry is the standard run-of-the-mill. They have identifiable helmet because they don't really have anything special about them. They probably usually don't have like gloves or anything like that on. The armored are usually you can usually tell who they are is because of the way they're stanced, and also their clothing is usually either very thick or very, I don't know how to describe it, very thuggish, I guess. That's the best, for the lack of a better word.
And this is for every division?
Yes, including on the German side. The Germans, like, airborne is very, you cannot miss him. You will like if you cannot
He's
see him in the,
very
if you can't see him,
identifiable.
yes, if you can't see him in that mush, you must be freaking blind. Either that or suck at it. Like,
all right then.
like I have no complaints there. I'm actually very glad about that. Like, because in most of some other games, it's very hard to see people, and that can usually frustrate the heck out of someone.
What have we not talked about yet?
Have we talked about the other game modes?
Well, let's see. There's Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hard Point, Kill Confirmed. There was no Search and Destroy, right?
No.
Oh, was there Free-for-All?
I don't remember, but I never got Kill Confirmed for some reason. I didn't get it on my playlist, even though it said there was.
Submitting mission data to headquarters.
And then there was War, of course.
Yes.
Is War your favorite game mode in there?
Yes. Even though it can be one-sided, like I've said. But hey, the stuff may be sped up so people can experience the entire portion of the game mode. Because I'm pretty sure it's back down to what it was. Like if it's gonna get slowed down, I'm pretty sure no one will be able to experience the last part. Because I'm pretty sure teams can just be brutal.
New orders just in. Check them out.
So far,
In my so far, like if I experienced, I actually think that this is a very good game. But there's still stuff there which I might be able to talk to you. There's still stuff.
do you think it's up there with like the best Call of Duties of all time?
Well, there's still stuff that's lacking, or things that are just really damn annoying that separate that from a good Call of Duty to a great one. And I think I have.
All right.
And I think I have some ideas. Hey Jeremy.
What?
I actually want to hear some of these suggestions.
For World War II?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you can't, like I actually am under the opinion that if you want to judge a game, like, you better know what to do to make that either game better, or have the ideas that to prove that you can do better if you have.
Right.
So what I think that can be changed? Well, one thing is even though it's even unlikely to change, is either we can make it harder for the snipers to camp the bridge objective, or change up the lane so that the snipers can be a little bit more counterable. Because the only thing as of right now that can counter another sniper is either the MG turrets, which good luck, because they're just going to snipe you when they do it, or another sniper. And that pretty much is just a gamble to see who actually can aim down sights faster.
Have you used any of the snipers at all in the beta?
Yes, I use the semi-auto and the Car 98K.
So you use the Commonwealth and the whatever the semi-automatic rifle is called. So you never used the Springfield?
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the Car 98K is the Springfield. I'm sorry. I said the wrong. I said the wrong name. Okay.
So you use the Springfield and the semi-automatic.
Isn't the semi-automatic the Commonwealth?
No, the Commonwealth is another bolt action.
Oh,
think of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Okay, think of this. The Commonwealth is the R700, and the Springfield. Oh, no. Take that back. The Commonwealth is the M40A3. I think that's what it's called. And the Springfield is the R700. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. But it's
So
I find
it
very, very easy to snipe. Like I just don't think that it has to be this strong. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's actually very hard. I didn't snipe very much, but when I did, when I started using them, I could kill a lot of people.
Was it on the same level as in like Snipe on Infinite Warfare beta?
Not as strong as that. Like they didn't have very much of. I don't think they had much of the auto aim, but it had. Maybe they did. I just didn't know. But it's the fact of how easy you can die from them. I think even the sniper, like most of the bolt actions can kill you from the legs up. That's what I got. Maybe I'm wrong. but I find the snipers to be either toned back or just make it harder for them to snipe. Like how I tone them back? Well, either one, increase like the amount of sway or something like that, or just make their multipliers a bit, like so like they can't kill from like the legs. Or, I don't know. They're just maybe I'm just annoyed by getting killed by snipers. I don't
Crazy.
know.
You're crazy, Zach. That's what you are.
No, you're silly. That's what you are.
Why so serious?
Hey Jeremy, why so silly?
Why are you so silly?
Because I'm triggered. That was terrifying.
Go kill yourself.
You first.
No, you.
No, you.
Zach, we talked about this. You always gotta kill yourself first, remember?
Don't you fucking lie to me! So there is one more thing I want to talk about, which is some of the
Okay.
other game modes besides War.
Alright.
I'm not sure if I told you this yet, but I really enjoy how they try to explain what halftime actually is.
What
Like for-
halftime is?
Yes, domination. They say like, if you're winning, like I can hear them say they're falling back, rest up for the next push and stuff like that. Or like
Oh, okay.
regroup and get ready for the next push or something like that. Kind of like it's kind of
Oh, so it's like an actual sport where halftime comes for people to rest and think about what they're going to do.
kind of like think about like from a war stand-up point of view. If the other's like side or whatever is falling back, shouldn't you want to pull your men out of there and get them ready for when they're gonna come back?
Right, exactly.
Like, even though so a lot of these games they say like regroup and stuff like that, but they don't really say them as often or treat it like a war kind of thing. They treat it more like they just say like halftime. That's it, which isn't a bad thing, but I kind of like the more warlike, if that's kind of like how I'm gonna explain it.
It's kind
But
of interesting to think that they're treating domination as if like it's football. So they do like the first quarter, second quarter, then halftime, then third quarter, then final quarter.
They just say halftime. That's it.
I know, but I was just comparing
It's
it
not
to
like
football.
well, you can compare other like Call of Duty to football.
Like Uplink, it could be. Well, yeah, Uplink is actually kind of football.
It is.
And isn't there halftime in Uplink?
Uplink is not in World War II.
Oh, I know, but isn't there halftime in Uplink in general?
I think it's all in one game, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Oh. Okay, I know this is off topic, but what are your opinions on Uplink in Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3?
I actually really enjoyed it.
I do too.
Even though it was hard for me to find matches, I still found it pretty entertaining.
I think I like it a little bit better on Advanced Warfare, but I still really enjoy it.
I do too. Also, if we want to talk about mechanics and stuff like that, dolphin diving I kind of, even though it's been changed to be kind of more of a duck for cover, I really enjoy it. Except there's one issue I find with it.
Okay.
You can jump down and get back up very quickly. So if someone just really wanted good and throw off their enemy, they can just freaking keep doing this over and over again. It makes it very hard to do it.
So it's very spammable.
Yeah, you can even do it while shooting.
Ooh, okay.
Unless that was a fluke and the few times I actually did it actually was not me doing it right or whatever.
That's actually quite interesting.
And that's why I'm
It's also kind of unfair.
But hey, I'm still have high hopes for this game because it can still change. It can still do great things. Like all Call of Duty can do.
It can still get better.
So for the final verdict, this game has a ton of potential, and I'm hoping it doesn't shoot itself in the foot with all it's trying to do. I can tell that they're trying to do a lot. They're trying to keep it authentic, and they're trying to add a lot of new things in there while keeping to the...
They're innovating, is what they're doing.
Yes.
Because that's what Sledgehammer does.
Well, all Call of Duty players do it, but because some are better at it than others.
Just imagine a video of Sledgehammer getting together this game, and they're cheering on, oh, this is gonna be the best Call of Duty game ever yet, and then Activision just comes in and shoots them in the foot.
Be like, this game sucks.
And they'd be like, they'd be like, no, put supply drops, weapon variants, and clown masks in there right now.
Clown masks. But if you want to say anything as right now, I think most of the maps flow very well and stuff like that. Like, I think it's actually, if they can keep this momentum
Are all
up,
of these maps going to be based in Europe?
I believe so.
Because I'm hoping, really hoping there's going to be, has there ever been a map in World War II, well, in a World War II game that's been in America?
Wasn't there one in World of War?
I don't think so. I think World of War maps were all Japanese and European.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or Russian.
Alright. So, if you want to recap of what we just said, like a summary for this long essay-like kind of thing. This game has a ton of potential, most of the maps flow, weapon balancing is okay-ish, hit detection, it's not the best thing in the world, like, it's better than Black Ops 3's, I can tell you that much.
Right.
There's something extra in that one.
The soldiers are identifiable, the colors work well with the kind of like mood they're trying to set, the music and
Except for the bouncing Bettys.
the music and the sounds are really nice. The score streaks are really good, like the paratroopers. I don't really know, I can't really say much about that because I still find them really easy. And generally things are pretty good. The snipers are a little bit strong, the building the bridge section can get very, very frustrating, and the turrets can 2 to 1 shot you, which is kind of weird because whenever I got on them I got sniped immediately, and that's kind of weird. But overall, I think this is going to be a really okay Call of Duty.
So you think it's going to be successful?
Yes. Just as long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot and actually stop taking it seriously.
Just-
Because I would actually for once like...
Ah! It's in my foot! Activision shot me in the foot.
Just as long as they can keep it serious and just keep this tone that they're trying to do. And the campaign is pretty good. The zombies, they can do whatever they want. Like, I'm just hoping that it still remains like this kind of like out there kind of thing. Like, and they keep it to their in-universe. Like, I'm really hoping that there's crafting in that game. Like, I'm really hoping that it's in that mode. Because I love
In
crafting.
zombies?
Yes, I love crafting.
So
And
you want it to be, like family-friendly Minecraft video.
No, I was just thinking even if they did the Treyarch thing with the Origins, like I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Oh,
Fine.
that kind of crafting.
Finding the pieces, going to a workbench and building it.
I thought you were talking about family-friendly Minecraft.
No, that's like not even Extinction could do that. Even,
Yeah, no. We'll save Extinction for another video.
if any at all.